All right, here is our 323 in this beautiful blue, Avis blue, I believe. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a rare color, but it's definitely not a common one. We're going to kind of start on the front. I'll work my way around, then we'll go inside the car. So you can see the headlights are nice and clear. We've got some scratches here on the passenger front fender. Not sure to what extent that can maybe be buffed out. Maybe at least look a lot better. Front bumper, looks like they bumped into something here, but the piece is still there, so not bad. A few little rock chips. Overall in really good shape. If you've been looking for E36 chassis BMWs, you know the majority of them have been kind of beaten up and had a hard life, but this one is definitely taken care of. It is a one-owner car previous to us getting it, so you would be the second owner or whoever decides to take this thing home. Corner lights are good. It's got new tires on it and period correct ASA wheels. These were actually a pretty big deal back in the day. Some light scratches here and there, nothing major. It presents very well. Look down the side of it. I believe from memory it's got a few dings in the driver's door. I don't know how well these are going to show up on camera. There is... yeah, I can't tell if they're coming across on camera. They're kind of hard to get. I can see a couple little door dings on the passenger side. Some more little scratches. And, you know, the car's got a few scratches here and there, kind of in different sections of the car, which is a pretty good indication that it was kept in a garage. I mean, obviously, just given the condition of the seals, window seals, and the top and everything, just the overall condition of the car, I could almost everything but guarantee that it spent its life in the garage. Good rear tires, brand new. We've got the ASA wheel. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Driver quarter panel looks good. These are the scratches I was talking about on the trunk lid. This is another good indication it was kept in a garage. What we find is a lot of times people use this to set their laundry basket when their washer and dryer is in the garage. Not a good thing to do. I know of that just simply from keeping a car that I had at a friend's house one time for a few weeks while I was out of town. They let me park it in the garage. I backed it in, and of course his wife just proceeded to set her laundry basket on the back of it every day that I was gone, and I ended up with very similar scratches to this, so that's almost certain that that's what it is. If we look here on the trunk lid, you can see this line here. There's been some repair done across the tail panel here, and so this has been repainted. Looks pretty good. There is some rust perforation on the tail panel. That is a part that can be replaced. But they didn't do any repair on that. That's probably a little bit more involved than what the trunk lid was. So they just left it as is. You don't really notice it. Like I said, even the scratches, the car presents very, very well. The trim is in really, really good shape overall. We're gonna peer down the passenger side. I see a couple dings on the, I see one on a couple on the quarter panel, a couple on the door. Again, I don't know how. There's one right there. I thought I saw another one up here somewhere. There's a little scratch right there. A couple more in the the passenger door. You can see one there, and there's another one right there. Again, it's all stuff we like to nitpick these things pretty good, especially when they're being sold out of state. We don't like to have anybody to have come across any surprises, so we're pretty critical of these things when we do these type walk around videos. Side skirts are in good shape. There's a pretty significant, I say significant, there was a ding right here on the passenger front fender. Again, it's one of those things where we're being real critical of it, but as you walk around the car, it's not something that would grab your attention. Nothing major. Overall in really good shape. Back window is intact. Stitching is good. It's nice and soft. It's not hardened like a lot of them are. The top, all the stitching is there in good shape. The canvas overall is in really good shape. I did see a couple nicks in it. I think on the other side, from memory, you can see the seal and the windshield's in good shape. Let me see if I can find what I was talking about. Yeah, right here. Couple little snags on in the fabric. We haven't seen that it's leaked anything. We did have it out. It got caught in the rain. This is Florida. As you can see, we had a torrential downpour a few hours ago, but as they say about the weather in Florida, if you don't like it, just wait an hour. And we got nice and sunny weather now. But we did get caught in the rain once. It was outside when we had a downpour come in. We didn't notice any water intrusion. Nothing got wet inside that we could tell. So that wouldn't be something necessarily that I would worry about. Let's get inside. Door panels are in really good shape. That's very rare on an E36. Carpet's intact, seats are intact. A little bit of wear on the bolster here, some wear on the armrest. Passenger seat's in good shape. Nothing other than your normal creasing from age. We've got back seats are actually in pretty good condition. As you can see, it does need a headliner. I know that they make repair kits to do these two little wings because it's just these two wings that's loose on both sides. The rest of the headliner is intact and in really good shape. I know that they make a repair kit that can kind of get reattached to the top. I've never put one or installed one. I don't think that it's terribly involved, but kind of out of our wheelhouse. Again, really good shape. Let's get the trunk open. Everything is intact in the trunk, as you can see. That's also pretty rare. These panels are usually beat up pretty bad. It's got a 6-disc changer, I believe. That's connected to the Pioneer period correct radio. Let's get underneath the hood. This thing idles very nice. It rides very nice. It drives, it shifts, it does everything it's supposed to. Really nicely too. Let's see. And under the hood, very, very clean. Unmolested, as you can see. Everything's in place, looks really good, and functions as it should. Even the remote jump start port cap is in place. That's very rare. A lot of times those are gone. Nothing in here is really hard and brittle. You can tell that there's been hoses replaced and updated. Just overall, almost like a time capsule. You can tell it's had some maintenance done to it. It's been taken care of. All right, let's do a cold start. As you can see, no lights on, AC's already on, nice and cold, cool. Period correct Pioneer radio, just kind of neat. It does have heated seats. Oh, it also has the period correct BMW alarm, which was very rare on E36s. Let's get the AC going too. It just stopped raining and it's probably already 95, close to 100 degrees outside. Let that air kick in. Hopefully you can hear me over the air. Let's see, does park brake need to be on? I don't remember. We'll do it just in case. And let's get the top down. What happens is, sometimes when this is folding up and the lift cover is coming up, they meet, and it just takes a little bit of persuasion to get it in. Right up here, you just pull that like that, down she goes. So that's pretty easy. Very rare for a top to work on one of these E36s. Most people have already converted them to manual operation. That has not been the case on this one. We did have to replace one of the motors in the trunk for the top to work. We're going to get this closed now. That way when we go for a drive, you can definitely hear me. Yep, it went down. These definitely are not quick. These early all-powered tops, while they do save you from having to do any manual labor, they can be a test of patience, you know, compared to the newer ones. So, all right, so that's up, down. Put our seatbelt on. We're gonna go for a little drive. Air's blowing nice and cool. Get the seat moved up. Make sure we got a good driving position. I'm gonna switch this back. I'm gonna turn the fan down just in case. Turn this parking brake off. We've got, you look at the mileage and you look at the condition of the car, you would never in a million years think that the car has this many miles on it. It's like I said, there's just so many indications this car was very well taken care of. And again, as I mentioned earlier, it is a one owner car, so that's good. We've got some heat in the engine. We're gonna wade through this water. It's only a few inches deep. It looks a lot worse, I'm sure, in the video, but we've got a drainage field over here that doesn't like to soak up as much water as I think they originally intended. But we'll get it cruising down the street. I'm gonna go down, there's a cul-de-sac up here. We'll go down and do a little U-turn. As you can see, it's shifting great, just like it's supposed to. We'll go back the other way and get a little bit more speed. All right, we get it shifting through the gears. Shifts nice. Rides nice. No clunks, no nothing from the suspension. Shocks are in good shape. You know, as I keep saying, kind of overall, runs, drives, stops, does all as it should. Another good thing too, another indication it was very well taken care of. I'm going to stop for a second so I can show you this. But just look at the condition of the steering wheel. For a car with this much miles, it's got a little bit of wear at the very top. But for a car with this many miles, this steering wheel is just absolutely amazing. Again, you would never guess this car has close to 160,000 miles. Exhaust is nice and quiet. And despite what a lot of people say about the 323s, a lot of people want to say that they're a little underpowered, but you'd be surprised. There's not that big a difference between these and the 325. We'll wait on some traffic. Though you do get a little bit better gas mileage. Not that that's usually an issue for a lot of people, but oh, sorry lady, I was over a little too far. Let's give her a little bit of power here and let her get up to speed. Again, I'm not even on the steering wheel. Doesn't pull left or right. No clunking, no bounciness, no swaying. Nice and tight suspension. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this video uploaded to our Google Drive, and then once I have that uploaded, I will be able to send you the link to it, and we can go from there. So let me get this thing parked back in the shop, and I'll get this video uploaded. Probably as long as the video is, 13-14 minutes. It's going to probably take a half hour or so to upload, and then it's got to process. But as soon as that's done, I'm going to get this sent over to you, and we'll go from there.